Football then and now, a fun look at football nostalgia and the modern game intertwined. Join us.
A warm welcome. I'm Stuart Palmer, the host of Football Then and Now, and I've got a returning guest. And when my guest was last on, Sheffield Wednesday were still owned by an owner that just hasn't had the fans at heart. The club's gone into a hell of a state. It is Mr. Dean Mitchell, Sheffield Wednesday fan, returning a couple of months later. And oh, what a difference a couple of months makes at the club, eh?
Yeah, you're the good luck charm. I've been told by quite a few Wednesday fans that I came on here last time and I said to them, watch it. And then as soon as it all happened, everyone went, you're the good luck charm. And I went, why? And they went, it's all happened since. I'm like, no, I can't be. But all happened on a Friday morning. It just completely all happened on Friday morning. Administration, within hours, they were taking his name off the seats. Typical Wednesday. All the staff were taking his names off the seats. And it just went, they spent, on that first day, they put the announcement out, I think it was 11 o'clock in the morning. And at 1 o'clock, they told everybody to go back and start spending money. And by 5 o'clock, they'd made $500,000 and through merchandise. Just Wednesday fans just went en masse and just went, right, come on, everything. And it crackers, absolute crackers, 24 hours. The fact that he's just walked away, he just says, oh, no, I can't. And it was like, that day is going to live in a long memory for a lot of Wednesday fans.
Thank God he's gone, mate, because it was so bad. Everything you went through, obviously, the 10 years of his ownership, the stadium going into disrepair was a big one. When you were telling me about that, using tape to hold up a PA system, you know, when it's getting like that, it's just like he's got to go, hasn't he? He's got to go, and yeah, I'm just glad, and I'm glad because you've got a few parties interested.
Yeah, we've got a few. It's supposed to be tomorrow, the 5th of December, when we find out exactly who the successful bidder is. That's the plan. One of the administrators, he's been a season ticket holder at Wednesday since 82. So he's been there all the time, and he says he wants the best for the club, and he's always been coming out and being transparent. Every single week he said, this is what's been happening, this is what's been needed. And it is like night and day, because the moment he's gone, all the old Wednesday players came back and everything was doing things on the pitch. We had lads from the 70s and the 80s and 90s. And it's like, what the hell's going on? It was just sellout after sellout after sellout and everything. And even Derby match was a sellout. Well, they say it weren't, but who's going to sit beneath them lot? I'll get it in. And it's just the way it went. It's just the administration has said, okay, we've got 12 points deducted. Yeah, that's fine. Everybody says, oh, look at the negatives. Sheffield Wednesday have not looked at one negative. They said, right, okay, 12 points deducted. Yeah, but we ain't got chance theory. Oh, yeah, but we're relegated. So what? We rebuild, come back. And then we got deducted again this week, another 6. So we're 27 points from safety. 9 wins. So I'm like, well, whatever. I said, look, next year, we're in League One. We just rebuild. At least we've got no points deductions now. EFL have said there's going to be no more points deductions. That's done. There's a rumor going out that today we might be able to make some signings. The transfer ban might be lifted in January, so we can do so. It's basically they're trying to help the new owners that come in. We've had rumors that Mike Ashley made a bid. He bid 20 million to buy Wednesday, but he's not happy at the fact that anybody who buys Wednesday has got to give Chansiri 25 pence in every pound. So he's going to make about 12 million pounds from this. But I take that. I say, okay, that's a small price to pay for club being back under saying the stadium's back under same ownership. Wednesdays, everything he did over the 10 years. I mean, I'm not going to knock him for the first few years because 2015, 2016, 2017, we beat Arsenal, we beat Leighton in at Newcastle. We was into the playoff final, 90 minutes away from Premiership. It's something I'll always remember. But you can only live on good memories so long. But it's like he didn't put any money in since 2018, 2019. So he was just putting the monies up and raising the prices. They've even lowered the ticket prices. Norwich and other teams have said, we've got to give them refunds because you've lowered the ticket prices. And we're like, well, we've got to. We've got no choice. And it's just been one thing after. It's been positive so much. It's like, hold on, what's going on here? And it's been wonderful to see it for the last few weeks.
Closure, mate. Closure with it all, of course. I know how upset you were about it all with that man.
Yeah.
Different things, false promises, mate. False promises. You know,
The-
it's
the
very
foot-
difficult. It's very difficult at times, isn't it? When you're promised something, you know, you've got to deliver to the fan base.
He's the fact is when he had fans for him and they went started at 7 p.m. and they were still going at 2 in the morning because he just wanted to talk about what he said. The famous quote he come out and said, it says, "I will sell Sheffield Wednesday if there's someone to buy it." He was offered 50 million in August, September, and he turned it down. And he said, "No, I want 100 million." He was never going to get 100 million in a million years. We knew that. It absolutely atrocious the amount of money he was asking. But he knew what he was on about. So by then, all of a sudden, administration came calling eventually, and it's been fun and games on the gaming because everybody's saying pay your bills, and I've just been losing the plot. I've lost my rag completely for the first time ever, and it's like, what? Don't you start on me? So I've had to be. My motivators have been working overdrive at the moment, but it's just chancery all over. He thought he was a businessman. He thought he knew Sheffield Wednesday fans, and he didn't. He thought if we could just put up prices, they'll pay for anything. And the boycott worked. The actual boycott said not a pound in the ground. They sold gold, black and gold until it's sold and everything. And it worked. It just worked so well. Was a bit of argument on the terraces when it was after the Middlesbrough game. That was the last game of the boycott. And then that was a Wednesday night when there was only 7,000 in the stadium and 4.5 were Middlesbrough. And it was the Friday after that the administration came in and we all just went, whoa, everything like that. And the first thing that Sheffield Wednesday did as a club was remove the badge and go back to the original badge of the 70s, which I am very proud of wearing it. And I always wear it on my jerseys. And all I could think of was at the time was just like, oh my God, I've got Chancery on my jerseys. Oh my God. So I've been asking people, how do we get rid of Chancery off at front of jerseys? So it's just it's my special one. It's like when we talked about Chris and things, and we got Sheffield Wednesday jerseys, and I had Cancer Kicker put on back of them, and it's that jersey that I've got that says Cancer Kicker, and he's like, and I look at it and I go, it's important to me because of what it is, but it says Chancery on front of it. So I've been asking all these people and said, yeah, we can deal with that. We can deal with that for you. No problem. So I'm like, right, okay, after Christmas, that gets sorted.
In terms of players and getting players in, you spoke about it briefly earlier. What sort of caliber, what sort of style, you know, how much would there be available? Would it have to be loans? Can you loan? Because again, going off what you were saying, you were using a lot of the young lads, weren't you, in games with all the stuff that's gone on, all the issues. What would you like to see in terms of players that you can attract, you know?
I would, to be honest, truth at this moment, we've signed Nathan Redmond as the striker and Lewis Cooper, who was at Leeds last year as a centre-back. They're the two that we've signed, that we was allowed to sign from the EFL under their rules. And they said so forth that we can only sign 2. If we, at the moment, I'll take anybody. I'll take anybody to give some people, some of these kids a rest, or somebody else to come in and just improve it. We need a goalie. We need another goalie because we're on an emergency loan with the third choice goalie from Cardiff. He's been all right, but our Pierce Charles is coming back in now, so we should be okay as long as he doesn't get injured. But we've got one goalkeeper. I need another couple of goalkeepers at least. We need. I think it's strengthening in every single way. It's got to be. It's like if by some miracle we can get some loans in. Manchester United lad Harry Amas has been doing amazing. I think I've got his name wrong. But Harry's been amazing for us. He's good. Everybody's talking. We were scared that he was going to go back to Manchester United, but Manchester United have said no. We're happy with the game time he's getting. We're loving the fact he's improving, and he's keeping him there. So there is that. I think they'll put us in good stead with other loans that we can have from other Premiership clubs because they'll know they'll get game time. So
Definitely no good. No, it's good hearing you positive, mate. I love it. Off the back of a couple of months ago. And
Oh.
rightly so. Rightly so, there should have been anger, definitely. Who have you got coming up? What's the running? Who have you got coming up? What's the games coming up with the
Do you know?
lads?
Hold on. I think we had Preston at weekend. Less said about that, the better. 2-0 up. 2-0 up, and they pulled back to 2-2. We missed the penalty, and then they go up the other end and score third goal. Typical Wednesday. To be honest, I'm trying to remember it as I can. Hold on. Fixtures. Ooh.
Sorry, mate.
No, sorry. I mean,
apologies.
No, I'm all right. We've got Blackburn this week. We're playing Blackburn on the 6th, and then on the 9th. Oh, we've got 2 away games. Blackburn, Watford on the 9th next week, and then Sheffield Wednesday v Derby on 15th. We're playing Blackburn twice in 3 weeks.
They're not doing great as far as I can remember because they were pushing playoffs, weren't they, over the last couple of years? They're not. I think you can get something against Blackburn. From what I've seen.
I'll take anything. I mean, I'll take a draw. But
Derby on the other hand, Dean, they've been in a bit of form. Derby, they'd won like 6 out of 7, hadn't they?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I always have a look at Derby because my sister's godson plays for Derby. He's a 37-year-old goalie that plays for Derby, Richard O'Donnell, who used to play for Sheffield Wednesday, one of our youth players, and he came through the youth system. And Richard's been a stalwart of all the lower leagues and everything, playing at Walsall and Blackpool and all the places like that. So, and if to play Richard, if you're free, mate, please get a loan back to Sheffield Wednesday for the next 6 months. We need a goalie. I'm not bothered, mate. I don't care you're 37 years old. I really don't. But please, Richard O'Donnell, can you come home to Hillsborough? We'd love you back. We really would.
Dean, you've put the call in there, mate. I'm sure you can wangle this with your connections to it.
Well, he's just had an emergency loan at Grimsby. He went to Grimsby for a week, so I'm like, emergency loan, please. We need to come back to Hillsborough. But I think the next few games, it's just up to Christmas. I'd just like to see us get a point or a win. I think when we've beaten Portsmouth, our only win this year, and I just love it to the fact that I've accepted that we're down. There's no way two words about it. Every Wednesday fan says, "Yeah, okay, we're down. We can bounce back from this." It's like one step back, 2 forward at Wednesday at the moment. It's like, we're accepting what it is. The thing that everybody's talking about is next season and the kit, because the rumors are we're going back to the old badge, and it's like, everything's looking great and rosy, and I'm like, oh my god. So there's more important things. Hillsborough's getting fixed. That's another one. Apparently they're going to get the stand fixed and everything else going for it. The new owners have said, I think what they've turned around and said, a figure that I think somebody said the other day, it will cost 50 million plus to take over Sheffield Wednesday, and then plus another 50 million to sort out all the problems and the lack of investment that's happened over the years. And then we'll go forth and so like that. I don't care who gets it. I really do not care who gets Sheffield Wednesday. There's a Danish billionaire that said he wants us. Mike Ashley said he wants us. There's been people in America. There's a consortium. Simon Jordan came out on TalkSport, said he was involved in a consortium, but then he pulled out because of the amount of money that he'd have to give to the Chancery. He sorted that on TalkSport last week. So there's been about 11, 12 confirmed bids of proof of £50 million only, £50 million to put the bid in. A few of them have dropped out. I think it's down to 5 or 6. I'm not sure. But tomorrow is D-Day. Tomorrow is the day we find out, hopefully from the administrators, that we've got new owners, and then we can go forth from that. It's like Christmas has come early for Hillsborough. It's just you can't stop smiling. I think the fans of Wednesday have got to have a big thank you, because they've just gone to support the club with the amount of money that they spent, the tickets, the merchandise that's come off the rails. They've sold all the training gear that was from last year. They said, look, let's just get rid of it, 10 quid each, all the training stuff that the players wore. And everybody's been going in en masse. It's nice to see the staff that have been guaranteed the wages, and they're going to get the wages early for this year. They've had so many knocks, and now they've got so many things that's happening for them. It's just wonderful to see that, like, it's positive because they didn't know when they were going to get wages. They just didn't know when they were going to get the wages, and now they guaranteed them. So it's like, yeah, they raised that much money. They could pay the wages up to January, February.
Amazing.
So it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's so good for you, mate. It truly is.
Yeah, it is. We got the jealousy from other clubs. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday should do this. I mean, how can you be jealous of a team that's got 27 points from safety? We've got 15 players at the club. That's it. You've got to be off your head to think that you've got to be jealous of us. And it's like, yeah, we're getting new owners. The best rumor. Oh my God, I forgot this. This is the best rumor. Sheffield United owners made an inquiry to see if they could bid for Sheffield Wednesday and merge the two teams. That was last week. That was the craziest thing. They come out that they was good. They made an inquiry after the derby match the week before to come in and pay and see if they could merge the two Sheffield clubs. I'm like, are you what? Are you kidding? No way. And they wanted to say, oh, we'll call it Sheffield FC. I'm sorry, but there's already a Sheffield FC. There's already. It's been there. It's the oldest football club in the world. So I'm sorry, pal, but you can't call it Sheffield FC. And everybody was like, no, not happening. But I mean, he made radio, he made everywhere this bloody merger. I'm like, you cuckoo or what? It's always been two clubs. There's never going to be just one club in Sheffield. Never going to be just one professional club. Disgrace, absolute disgrace. But it's typical them. And they're complaining of their owners now. So it's like, whatever.
Bizarre, mate. The rivalry number one.
Yeah.
The years of rivalry. It's just, it's not going to happen. That will not be happening. Yeah. No chance in hell. Just before we go, of course, have you seen anything in the Premier League?
Yeah, I've seen looking at Premier League. I look at Everton, West Ham. I was upset last week when Billy Bonds passed away because I remember growing up in the 70s and seeing Billy Bonds. And I think that was one of the first chants I ever knew, 6'2", eyes of blue and all that. And Billy Bonds was always one of that guy. He looked rough and ready and he looked a real, real hard nut. And I think that's one of the last guys that we can always say that he was a one-club man. And passing, and then I must send my condolences to Billy Bonds and every single West Ham fan of that. I've looked at the Liverpool business and they're losing and everything. I'm like, how can you go from winning the Premiership to... Nah, it's typical typical Premiership. Forest fans complaining to me about the state of their club and now they're flying. And like, but why should it take a manager coming in who you don't like and say, oh, no, we're not going to play for him. And then next minute, get somebody else in and, everything's rosy. I keep an eye on Rangers because of Danny Roll. I've seen how Danny's been doing and things like that with Scottish. So it's nice to see Scotland qualify for a World Cup. I couldn't believe it when I watched that game. I was like, oh my God, no! I was so happy for him because the Scottish will just make anything a party. And in America, oh my God, it's going to be mental. Oh 100%, my Lord.
100%. My mates are heading out. My fellow Yorkshire mate and the mate who lives down south. So that they're going to be in Mexico, but I think they are going to hop around. I think possibly Canada and America as well. But they're not bothered about who they see. Yeah. They'll go if they can get England tickets. They will, but they'll go and watch loads of games.
Yeah. I've got to say congratulations to my team in America, Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They've just won the second division from the MSL, so they just won their championship up there. So they're just below the MSL league, but Pittsburgh Riverhounds, love you to bits, and so I've just got to give them a little shout out. I think I've seen everybody that's happening this year with state football. I would love us to go in the Premiership, but I just don't want VAR. I just can't stand it. it winds me up the fact that they've got somebody that's like 100 miles away and your toe's offside and your toenail, and you're like, oh yeah, please, you're just making it too technical. Just make it the leg or make it the body. It's off the body. It used to be, wasn't it? It used to be your body used to be offside. Now they're making it your knee, your toenail, your fingernail. Oh my, your nose. The nose is offside. Oh my God. And how many times have they got this wrong? It's the VAR for me is just everybody cram for it because they've seen it in rugby, how we do video referee there, and it's worked for 30 years. But you've overthought this. You've overthought everything about it. And just go back to simple rules. You'll never attract new fans to Premiership as long as you've got these stupid rules in place. You'll get the people wanting to come up and settle within the Premiership. But look at all the teams that have gone up. It's just they've said, we can't play with that. We can't play with VAR. And, oh, my, it's the worst. In my eyes, I think it's the worst thing they've ever brought into football.
Again, in the off season, and they're going through everything, and we're going to make it better. We're going to improve it, and year on year, it's just getting worse and worse. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you, and it stalls the game. It stalls the game if you've got momentum, and then all of a sudden, when we played United at Old Trafford last Monday, and there was something, and we were in the ascendancy at that point, and it quelled all that momentum. Going over to VAR, it took 6 minutes. And it's two stop start, Dean.
Very simple. We do with rugby. We've had this thing for 30 years. The referee makes a decision on the pitch. He'll say, right, my decision is a try. Then the video ref has got to make a decision. He's got to find evidence to turn that decision over. If he doesn't, it's given a try. He's got to have physical evidence to reverse the decision. Just make it like that. If just say, right, what's your decision on the field? My decision is goal. Right, let me see if there's evidence to disapprove, to overturn that decision. And then it's done within 30 seconds. It's done 30 seconds. 6 minutes. I saw one. 6 minutes to making a decision. I'm sorry, but you're making it too. There's so many people involved. Just make it one referee. An ex-referee knows his stuff. Put him in the room. There, bang. Simple as that. Make the decision. Nothing else. Let people hear it. Let's say, right, I'm finding this, I'm doing this, and everything like that. And it gets people involved. I mean, everybody, the rugby league, for grants, they play the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music when it comes up. So, but I just think they've just made this too technical and everything. And next year at the World Cup, they're going to use VAR for corners. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They can't even get it.
It's farcical. It's farcical.
I blame England 1966. If that goal hadn't been on the one line at World Cup final, there wouldn't have been none of this.
Oh, my days. Dean, before we go, can you plug your channel, of course, your gaming channel, before you go for the listeners and viewers, where they can find you? Love your channel. Love you trucking. I absolutely adore it.
Cheers, mate. My channel, I'm on TikTok. My channel is Dino Old Brick Gamer, Dino OBG. You can find me on there. Find me on Facebook anywhere. All the local social medias. Always look for Dino OBG or Old Brick Gamer. I'm always there. And I'm always like to talk to folks and everything. So I'll be on tonight, actually. I'm going to be doing it tonight again. So
I'll tune in later, mate. I will be tuning in on TikTok, definitely.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for coming on at short notice. I only contacted you this morning.
No worries.
And there you are. You're coming to the breach. You're coming to the breach straight away for me. So I appreciate it.
No
4 or
worries.
5 hours notice. And Dean Mitchell's on the show talking about the Owls. Absolutely amazing. Before we go, a big thank you to the Sports Social Podcast Network, Europe's biggest sports podcast network. If you've got a show, if you're sports-based, any genre of sport, join these guys. They've been amazing for us. I think it's up to like 700 podcasts now. Under the Kosh, well-known podcast is on there. Big Joe Marler's show's on there. Loads. There's a litany. They take away your costs in audio form. You put adverts in, you get your advert revenue through that, and you don't pay fees to list, which I was paying for donkeys with the wrestling show. I was paying to list my content. So yeah, the Sports Social Podcast Network, just get them in before we go. Dean, all the best to Wednesday.
And you. And have a nice Christmas.
Fingers crossed. And you, mate. And you. All the best for the festive period. And we'll get you back on in 2026, mate.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Wednesday. Take care, mate. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Football, then and now, a fun look at football nostalgia and the modern game intertwined. Join us.